Next one, anybody? Number 2. So, do you see any pattern for number 2? If the pattern appears so random, then that means there's no correlation. Very good. Very good, Shalia and Emily. What about the others? You guys agree with Emily and Shalia? If you do, you're going to type the same thing in the chat. You guys agree? Only 2 people type their answers in. Are you figuring out how to type it in your notebook? Very good, Evelyn. Yep. Awesome. Number 3. Number 3. All right. Emily said positive. You guys agree with Emily? Maybe type a plus sign in the chat just so we could, see that you got the same answer. Plus sign for positive. Awesome. That's nice, Evelyn. Kyle, good job. You wanted to type a plus, but not the word positive, huh? Okay. More positives. Okay, if it's no correlation, you gotta type 0. Okay, number 4. What's the answer to number 4? If you think there's no correlation, you can type 0. Awesome, Shalia. All right, so keywords here that you might want to remember, for future tests and stuff like that. Correlation means, it's just a fancy name for a relationship. Yeah? Okay. Alrighty, we're gonna move on. Let's go to the next one. Let's scroll down. Okay, you might need a paper and pen to write this down. Wait, what was? Oh, 0 meaning no correlation. No correlation. Yep. Okay. All right, we're gonna write down some notes, guys. Write down some notes, and then later on, we're just gonna use an online calculator. Yep. Okay, while you're getting that, I'm gonna take a bite of my banana. All right, get a paper. You got one? Okay. You ready? So, oh, wait. Sure. Got it? Yes?
I logged out and tried to change the other account, but it didn't. They're having trouble, and so I don't think they'll be able to access
The notebook? Okay. For now though, they're getting a piece of paper right now. We're gonna write on the notebook, and then we'll see what we can do later on, honey. Okay. But I'm screencasting this one because you just said there's like issues with it, so you can watch the video later on. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you guys have a piece of paper ready? Okay. So let's unlock some fancy terms over here. What do we mean by rational exponents? The word rational, okay, is actually just a fancy word for fraction. Okay, so if you remember last week, we were looking at whole number exponents, right? 2 to the third power, 2 to the fifth power. So we're doing the same thing, except that we're now looking at fractional exponents. You see those RATIO, rational, right? So it's just a fractional exponent. Okay, so when you have fractional exponents, it follows certain rules that we have to learn in order to change a problem into its calculator ready form. So in other words, I'm just going to teach you now how to make these expressions calculator ready so we could just get the answers in a calculator. Okay, so let's say for example, if you have a base, right? That's your base, the big number, which is here 4. So your base is 4. And it's raised to a fractional exponent. Okay, what's your favorite burger place? You like In-N-Out? If you don't like In-N-Out, you're going to pretend you like it today, okay? We write all this down? Yes. You're going to pretend you like In-N-Out. Why? Because it will remind you about our lesson today. You see this numerator here? The 3 is the numerator. It goes inside, okay? The 2 is the denominator. It goes outside your radical sign. Okay, well, when you're explaining to somebody, you don't actually say inside and outside, right? They have names. So, 3 is the exponent, and now 2 is actually called your index. So when I say index, it's just the denominator of the fraction. Okay? So let's say, for example, if I have the square root, you say square root for this one. So square root. Square root means there's a 2 outside, but sometimes there's no 2. Okay, so the 2 is optional. So if you have the square root of 4 to the third power, what does it basically mean? It means you're multiplying the 4 by itself 3 times, like 4 times 4 is 16, times 4, that's 64. So that's where the 64 came from. And then now we got to get the square root. Square root. So how are we going to get the square root of 64? If we do it in our head, the answer is 8 is because 8 times 8 is actually equal to 64. Right? Okay. So basically, when you square or when you get the square root of 64, you're looking for that number such that when you multiply by itself 2 times, you get 64. Okay, so I'm going to show you another example. We're going to try to identify the parts. So let's say I have the fifth root, let's say fifth root of, 32. Okay, so what does fifth root of 32 mean? What about the 2 with the 64? That's a good question. The 2 with the 64, that's your index. So it's telling you you're getting the square root. Mommy is zooming, honey. My Chromebook? Okay, I can't find it right now. Later. Okay, so the 2 with the 64, that means it's not that you don't do anything with it, honey, but it's just a label. It's a label, like you're getting the square root or the second root, meaning it tells you how many times the number is multiplied by itself to get that answer. Like 64 is 8 times 8, so the second root of 64 is 8. So it's just like this one. The 5 is only a label. So this means we're looking for a number such that when you multiply it, so this means you're looking for a number such that when you multiply it by itself 5 times gives you 32. So it's just a label. It tells you the kind of root that you're getting, fifth root, sixth root, seventh root, etc. And that's 2. Very good, Louise, because 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Very good. So the fifth root of 32 is actually 2. Good job. Okay. All right. Now what if I make the 32 negative? How will that change your answer? What if I make the 32 negative? How will that change your answer? If I change the 32 to negative, let's say the fifth root of negative 32. Yes, that's good because Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Times negative 2 is negative 8. Times negative 2 is positive 16. Times negative 2 will give you negative 32. So the answer will be negative. That's good. Okay, we're going to do more examples like this in a little bit. I'm going to erase this one. Make sure you copy down some of the examples, and there's more examples at the bottom. Okay. All right. Okay, so these are just some examples, okay, of writing, exponents that we did last semester, not last semester, but last week, and writing them into a radical expression. Okay, so this one doesn't have a fractional exponent, right? So let's say, for example, I have 6 squared. What is 6 squared, you guys? Well, we did this one last week. What was the answer? What is 6 squared? 6 squared is 36. That's good. Okay, give me 1 second. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, so 6 squared is 36. So now how do I write that using a radical symbol? Very good, Kyle, because it's 6 times 6 two times. That's awesome. Okay, so then how do I write that with a square root? Well, we'll see. Okay, so the answer, right? The answer 36 goes inside. Yeah? Okay. And then this one, the exponent becomes the index. Becomes the index. All right. So, yeah. So how do you read this? You read this as square root of 36. Square root of 36. Okay, so this is when it's not a fraction. So earlier I showed you if it's a fraction, right? So if it's a whole number, the exponent goes automatically outside. So square root of 36. So what is the square root of 36? Kyle explained it very well. 36 is 6 times 6 two times. So that means your square root of 36 is 6. So see how, very good, the root is 6. So see how we're just doing it backwards from last week? So last week we were looking for this. Today we're looking for the base. Okay, let's show some more examples. Let's see what we have over here. Okay, this one is for 2 to the third power. So last week we said 2 to the third power is equal to 8. So what if you want to write that with a fractional exponent? So how do we do it? All right, so I told you earlier that the exponent becomes the index, right? If it's not a fraction. But what if they want you to write it as a fraction? How will you come up with it? So let's look at the bottom right here. Why is 1 on top now? That's a good question. So earlier we just wrote square root of 36, right? But now they want us to write the whole number into a fraction or rational exponent. So how are we going to do that? So any number that has an exponent 1, it's just actually equal to itself. Like 8 to the first power, it's just 8. So it's like the 36 earlier, but we didn't put the 1. But 36 is actually 36 to the first power. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put an exponent 1, right? On the radicand, or on the number under the radical sign. Yes, honey. Uh-huh. And then we copy the index, which is 3. So see how they're putting those two together as a fraction? Remember our in and out problem earlier? So the number inside or the exponent inside is 1. It goes to the top. And then the index, which is the number outside, which is 3, it goes to the bottom. So the cube root of 8 can also be written as 8 raised to 1/3. The cube root of 8 can also be written as 8 raised to 1/3. So let's go back to that 36 example earlier. So we said the square root of 36 was actually 6. Just Kyle explained 6 times 6. 2 times is 36. So what's the invisible fraction that goes with 36 inside? What's the invisible fraction that goes with 36 inside? Or the invisible number? Every number that's by itself has an exponent. What? It's 1, right? There you go. 1. Okay, so when you write that as a fractional exponent, use your in and out pattern. So this is 36. You know you're going to change that into a fraction. What goes on top? What goes on top? If you're confused, think of the burger. In and out. So 1 goes on top. What goes to the bottom? What goes to the bottom? 3? Why 3? What's the index outside here? What's the index? 2. There you go. 2. Okay. So that means 36 raised to 1/2 is actually equal to 6. Excuse me. Okay. All right. One more example. One last. So suppose I have, you said earlier like 2 to the 5th is 32. So if we want to write 5th root of 32 using a fractional exponent, how do we do it? So what do I write first? I write the base, right, which is 32. Okay, can you tell me how to make the fraction? What do I put on top? Okay, what do I put on top? We're writing something like this. 1. Very good. Now what do I put at the bottom? What do I put at the bottom? 5. Very good. So 32 raised to 1/5 is equal to 2. Okay? So let's look at some more. I'm going to erase this one. And I'm going to teach you how to use a calculator. Can you tell me in the chat if you have a handheld calculator? Not the phone though, that's not counted. Can you tell me in the chat? Say yes if you have a handheld calculator. No, no. Okay, that's fine. So you see this thing that I put in your notebook? You click on that link. Luis, I'm going to send this to you in the chat in a little bit. Okay, so click on that link. I'm going to make it smaller so I can show the notebook and the calculator at the same time. You know how to do that on your Chromebook? I don't know either. You know, like I don't know, you click on the window and then drag it outside of the browser, something like that. Okay, Luis, and for those who can access this on their notebook, I'm gonna send it to you in the chat. There you go. Okay, and you might wanna save that link already, so you can use it every time. You know how? You click on this star over here. If you click on star, it will bookmark that tab. Okay, you ready? So let's take a look at this example over here. Find the indicated real nth root of a. So what does that mean? you're going to find, or you're going to write this first in radical form. Okay, so what goes inside? Your a goes inside, negative 27. How do I know that a goes inside? Because this is the root. So that means you're finding the third root. You're finding the third root of negative 27. Okay, you ready with your calculator? This is how you're going to do it in the calculator. You press this. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. How about now? You ready? You press this. Boom. Okay. Now it's asking you to put the index. So the index is 3. Click on 3. Got it? Now here, you have to put the number. Negative 27. And it tells you right here, your answers show up on this side. So what's your answer? What's the answer that you guys got? Negative 3. Very good. So the first example, the answer is negative 3. Okay, let's try this one more time. Can you tell me what goes under the radical sign? So what's the radicand? What's the radicand? What goes here? Anyone? Type in the chat, or you're still busy with your calculator, huh? 16, very good. And you can think of that as 16 to the first power, you know? Okay, now what type of root are we trying to get here? Which root are we trying to get? Fourth root. Okay, well go ahead. Do that in your calculator and give me the answer. Oh, somebody got it already. Cool. Alright, 2. That's great, you guys. Can you type 2 if you got 2? So I would know that you already know how to use your calculator. Type 2 if you already know how to use your calculator. Alright, that's great, you guys. Okay, let's go down. Do the same thing. You gotta type them in your calculator and tell me what the answer is. Answer? Emily said negative 2. You guys agree? Type negative 2 in the chat, or type the answer that you got if it's not negative 2. Yes? Okay, negative 2. Perfect. Letter B. Oh, be careful with this. How are you going to type that? They're not the same, but their answers may be the same or different. But how are you going to type that? Okay, what's the answer to letter B? What's the answer to letter B? The same. Okay, negative 2. Because there's a negative in front. The cube root of 8 is actually positive 2 if you put it in the calculator, but it makes it negative because of the negative outside. Okay, now here we go. This is not calculator ready. So you have to kind of write it in this form. So how? What's the radicand? What's the radicand? 16. It's raised to 1 over 4. So it's like a numerator 1, right? So that's in and then outside. So this will be the fourth root. Okay? All right, what's the answer? In your calculator, what's the answer? Fourth root of 16. You don't have to put the power 1 right here because it's optional. Because 16 to the 1 is just 16. Very good. It's 2, Emily. Type 2 if you got 2, guys. Type 2 if you got 2. Okay. Only 3 people got 2? 4? Okay, one last. Ooh, what's going to happen here? You're gonna be surprised what your calculator will show you. Oh, did I go too fast? My bad, Kyle. Ooh, Anna said undefined. Why do you think it said undefined, Anna? Don't just believe what your calculator says. Why do you think it said undefined? So, you type negative 16 inside, right? This number goes in, and then the denominator goes out. Negative 2? Okay, so Anna said undefined, Louise said negative 2, so which one am I gonna believe in? What about the others? What did you guys get? You gotta tell me. And then, majority rules. Just kidding. What did you guys get? Excuse me. Anyone? Depends where you put the negative sign. Uh-huh. Okay. By the way, actually, if you click enter, it will give you another row to use. So if you get the fourth root of negative 16, it will actually give you undefined. Yep. Okay. So why is it undefined? Because it's like, if you choose negative 2, it's like you're multiplying negative 2 4 times. But does that give you negative 16? I don't think so. Negative times negative is positive, right? And then another negative times negative is also positive. So it should be positive 16 for it to work. So Anna is right. Yeah, it should be undefined. Okay? Alright, we're going to do more practice. But this time we're going to go to Schoology. Go to Schoology. I'm not sure if I have already enabled access, but give me one quick second. Here you do. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Give me one quick second. I gotta fix that one because it doesn't show yet for some reason. So make sure you set up your calculator because in both of them you will need your calculator, you guys. Alright, so copy to course. Uh-huh. Okay, can you please refresh your Schoology browsers? Okay, I'm gonna start sharing again. Zoom meeting, share screen. Okay, so you see this one? If you don't see it yet, you have to refresh your Schoology browser. Okay. So we're gonna do this. Let's do this first. Simplify radicals. You need your calculator to do this. Alright. You only have one attempt. So make sure. Okay. So use your calculator to do this. If it doesn't have an index, like in number 1, okay, how do I delete this one? If it doesn't have an index like in number 1, it means you're just using this. That's a default for square root. So to get the answer to number 1, you get square root of 225. That's how you get the answer. Now, where do you type in the answer? You're going to type the answers in right here at the bottom. You see that? So number 1, you type in the answer. Number 2, you type in the answer. Okay. Alright, go ahead and start. Use your calculator to get the answers. And let me see if it's giving you partial credit. So enter the problems in your calculator. Oh, exact match. No, I need partial credit. Okay, type in your answers at the bottom. While you're doing that, I'm gonna compare the attendance sheet again. Make sure you guys signed in. Hi, Latanya. Present. Hannah is present. Um, Chris B, not here. Bonnie's here. Maya. Hennessy. Stefano. Stefano is here. You can know. You finished? Move on to the next one. There's another one, honey. That's good. You did it real quick. Awesome. Wait, where was I? Oh, Harlow is here. Anthony. Okay, I need to follow up on Anthony already. Angelina. Rita. Rita here. So, excuse me, George. Doris. Javier is here. If you finish, you're gonna move on to the second one. It also has like 7 questions, so it shouldn't be too much. Yeah, I just kind of separated them so you don't get confused because they're different, um, in a way. If you got some wrong, it should give you like partial credit. If it's not doing that, you gotta let me know. I just need to like click on the button, and then it will give you your score. Emily, did you get all perfect scores? Yes! I'm happy for you, honey. So if you're done with the first, you're gonna move on to the second. This is the one that has fractions. And remember, you're going to make it calculator ready first. So you put that in a radical so you'll know how to do it in the calculator. The numerator goes in, the denominator goes out. Okay, in the calculator, you're just gonna do square root of 25. Wait, what what do we do when we're done? There's another one. It says simplifying rational expressions. You're gonna do that too. Oh, sorry. You're done with both? My bad, honey. Okay. If you're done, oh, today is full of surprises. Awesome. If you're done, you are here. This is the homework. There's a puzzle here. Why did the mother skunk take her baby to see the doctor? So you're gonna use what we learned today to do that. Okay. Yeah. Some of them you can do, some of them you can't do yet because we're gonna continue with that next meeting. But just start on what you can, do. Okay. How was today's lesson? Easy? Does it show my grade if I did it? It should, honey. But it will take some time. Yeah. Yeah, because that's a different kind of assessment template that I use. Yeah, if it shows like, sometimes it shows 0 at the beginning and then later on it shows a perfect score. Oh, there you go. Emily said you have to keep refreshing the page. I know, right? Yeah, because it's slow. hmm February 2. What do we do when we're done? You're done for the day. Yeah. You may log off, honey. I got the attendance done already. Yeah. Yep. I'll see you. Hmm. What puzzle is for homework? This one, honey. At the bottom. So find the ones that you know already because we haven't discussed everything that we need for this one. So just how do I put in the symbol for number 1? You don't put the symbol um just like what I showed earlier, you have to write it such that, it's calculator ready. Yep, that's a trick. That's why I taught you how to do that. I'm sorry, you guys, I can't wait for lunch. I have a headache now because I'm hungry. I'm eating now. My bad. I already did it. Hmm. That's ironic. Why doesn't it let you do it? Yeah, see, I mark it with a P. Hmm. Oh, that's fine. Oh, oh wait. Make sure you guys have, or you see the puzzle right here, okay? Okay, find the ones that you know. We haven't finished all the lessons here, but find the ones that you know and then we continue tomorrow. Hannah, before you go, we see you tomorrow. Oh my god, I keep saying tomorrow. But tomorrow means next meeting. Sorry, Emily. But would love to see you tomorrow, right? Would love to see you guys every day. Okay. Um, Hannah B. Hannah, while you're here, can you do me a favor, honey? Can you check if you have week 2 folder and let me know if it's empty or not? Oh, it should not show you anything. It says it's empty. And also week 1, I guess. Yeah, your week 1 is also empty. That's okay. I'll take care of that for you. I'll try to send. I need to remind myself about that. Mhm. Send it to me. Okay. If you can you send it to me and remind right now, and then I'll put it in your notebook. Your notebook, yeah. Send it to me now, and then I'll paste it to your notebook. Or some people were able to directly put it on their notebook, but um. Okay. So. Hey, honey. Let me know when you send it to me. Oh, these people. Oh, what's happening? Hey, Mimi, don't close the door. Let me know, Emily, when you've sent it to me, and then okay. Oh, yeah, I need the meeting ID. It doesn't. Oh, okay. I should do that. Oh, okay. I have to edit that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the image that you sent me, and I'm gonna go to your notebook, week 4. Okay, I'm gonna put it in your untitled page. So this will be like your notes. Then I will paste it there. And yeah, some people, like they go to I think they use their Chromebook to take a picture of their notebook so they can save it in their drive. And once it's saved in their drive, they can insert it in the OneNote. But there you go. I have it already. Okay. If you use other places for today or last week, maybe I should. Okay. Okay. Then maybe I should put this in week 3. Okay. Yes. So there you go. You have it in week 3 already. And I'm just gonna delete the untitled page right here. Alright, so if you have notes for today, I can do that as well for you. Just send it to me via remind and then I'll copy it. And I will, yeah. And I need to remind myself that I have to fix the meeting ID, right? Okay, guys, you sent it. This one, right? Okay, copy image. Week 4, add page. Mommy is still zooming. You don't like to zoom? There you go. It should be there already. Alright, you guys. My kiddo is bugging me. So it's lunchtime. Oh no, there's homeroom. Okay, I'll see you guys next meeting, okay? Already, bye. Okay, bye everyone. I'll fix the other thing. Bye. Guys, you don't play in mommy's Zoom room. You don't. You're gonna go outside. Come here.